YouTube, I'm Elwirfy, and today we're going to be playing a totally new game. I don't actually know how well known this game is, but I will say that it is in fact free, and it's a I count it as an indie game. I would say as you can see from the title, it's called Cosmoteer, and essentially what you're trying to do is, for the mode we're going to be playing anyway, it's like a bounty hunter mission where we're going to start out with a pre-made start ship, and then we're going to fly around and collect parts and stuff through money from killing more ships, and eventually you'll go through the whole universe. So that's something I think is quite enjoyable. So let's go ahead and do a new game. We're gonna do let's go ahead and play it on just the basic starting mode. Let's make it a huge galaxy though, huge galaxy. Okay, and as you can see, when you go to hit the new game, you have Bounty Hunter and Creative Mode. Creative Mode means you can just make a ship, and it can fly around, but you can't fight anyone in Creative Mode. But that is where you go to make ships if you want to make ships, you know. Also, you have the Bounty Hunter mode, which is the mode we're going to be playing, and essentially we have 3 different starting ships. We have Model C, which is slow, well-armored, and is outfitted with a pair of powerful cannons that are inaccurate, but can also penetrate interiors of enemy ships. We have the Model S. The Model S trades offensive firepower for armor. Okay, so it's a defensive ship. Then you have the Model L, which is pretty much the basic starting ship. We're going to do the Model L. I like that one, and we're going to go ahead and start a new game up here. Alright, so what do you essentially do in this game? Well, let me go up. Okay. So an important tool to show off right off the bat is this pause feature right here. You want to pause the game whenever you're going to do anything. You want to pause it. If you come look here at the bottom left-hand corner, you can see the build option, and then you have the blueprint mode. So in blueprint mode, you can move stuff around, and nothing will actually happen until you make it so. Which means you can get rid of things and make things back to normal. So you'll notice we have 42,000 credits. We're obviously going to be upgrading our gear. So what kind of options do we have here? Well, we can put on some more lasers, which is something I'm actually gonna do. Yes, we're gonna. And if you look in the bottom down here, we can bottom right, you can see how much money it's gonna cost to make these lasers. And on the bottom right, you can also see the amount of crew. The red line here. Hold on, let me get rid of that. So as you can see, you have the crew level on the top bar, which is currently in red because we don't currently have enough crew to man all the things we need. And then you also have the power, which is how much you need to be running optimally. Again, 5 being the minimum in this particular situation, and recommended being 9, and there's nothing wrong with having extra, of course. Recommended lets you be the most efficient with all of your resources, and the minimum means, as you know, if you're at the minimum, they'll work. They just won't be very reliable as much. So let's go ahead and take a look at how much money we're spending. I'm going to try and actually spend a little bit more money than you might think. So I'm actually going to shift some of our engines around and see if we can make our ship just a little more open. See, because we need to make room for crew quarters. So if you look in the bottom bar down here, you can see all of the options that we have. We have, miscellaneous stuff. We got power, we have crew, we got our flights, so our rockets and such. We have defenses, we have munitions, and then we have weapons. So we're going to get another crew quarters. We're going to, and the layout of everything as you do them is also very important in this game. We're going to actually stick our crew quarters up in the middle. So as you can see, we're not in the recommended range yet, but we're also lacking some power. So if we go over we can place another reactor down. The reactor will allow us to completely just destroy our power requirements. But as you can see, we're a little low on crew. I like to get into the recommended zone. And you'll notice right now it's costing us 27,000 to do what I'm suggesting we do. Now there's some other cool things we can also do, which I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay for right now. Is to get an FTL drive. The FTL drive, which I'm putting in right now, is going to allow us to jump around space, but we can't actually do that right now because we just can't afford to do it. But what can we do? Now, keep in mind, we will get more money as we go on. We don't necessarily have to have everything right Right now the ship is not fully connected, so let's go ahead and just connect it up. And then we can go ahead and make it. So, now we have a fully functional starship with a bit more firepower. And if we hit the play button now, you'll see that our crewmen will go ahead and get everything powered up, ready to go. Our maneuverability should be just fine. We have extra laser guns. And now we can go ahead and think about attacking other ships. So, we can zoom out pretty darn far if we want to, or all the way down to the smallest level. As you can see, if you look on our mini-map down here in the bottom right corner, we have some red dots. So these are enemies that we can go around and attack. I can jump over here, and I can right-click, and then our starship, which I can always center on by clicking the upper left corner when we're not directly looking at it. We can check out our starship and see how everything's functioning. As you can see, we got spare crew. It will help us transfer power over as needed, which is always a useful thing. And then, as we slowly get into combat, I'm going to go ahead and pause once again, and we're going to take a look at our opponent's ship. So, as you can see, the opponent has this thing right here. This is called their reactor core. This is essentially what you want to try and shoot down. That's how we make it blow up everything. You know, and it's worth 27,512 credits and 33 fuel, as you can see from the information down below the circle when we mouse over it. It has engines, it's got a crew quarters, a lot of defense, but that gun is really its main. It only has one weapon. We're going to target that, then I'm going to shift and right click. That lets us determine the order in which we want to attack this starship. So we're going to primarily target its cannon. Once the cannon is destroyed, we'll move on to taking out its core. And that's my process for how I like to do things. And we can also slow down the battle. So I'm going to slow it down to 1/4 speed, as slow as you can go. As you can see, I'm zooming out now to make sure we have plenty of space in between. And then our ship can go ahead and fly forward, and it'll just automatically start firing as long as it's been given the order to shoot. And as you can see, we're targeting the gun, and we'll still crack through. And heck, if we even were able to take it out. Now you see we're blowing up its engine, so it can't turn very well. But we did get a shot off, so that shot will probably hit us, and I'll explain repairing when we can take the damage. Oh, it actually missed. It missed its shot, which is good, because now that the gun is destroyed, we're just going to end up focusing our fire on just breaking through. And no, the value of the ship does not degrade as we shoot it down. It's merely just for, we're just trying to take it out, and we're pushing the ship as we're blowing it up. Now you'll notice it is taking a little while to get through it. We go ahead and speed up time, go up to just regular speed and kill it much faster, and then it's defeated. So the first thing I always like to do is I like to pause. I like to pause whenever we're going to be editing stuff or doing anything, just so that way everything goes smoothly. You come over here and you click. You want to do upgrades, right? So you click on it, but first you have to repair the ship. If your ship is not fully repaired, you cannot continue. So we're going to repair all. So that means all of the items will be repaired. Now we have more money, so we can make more things. One thing I love to do, actually, which I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to get us a shield generator. Now, what will the shield generator do? Well, actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to go into blueprint mode. We're going to think about how to implement the shield generator. We're going to move our guns forward a little. You can right-click to rotate any piece you want to, by the way. And you'll notice how there's these red caution lines, right? That means that our shield has to have a certain amount of, well, essentially, it needs to be, it can't be blocked by anything in front of it in order for it to function. But we can go ahead and place the shield generator on the side here, and it'll block, as you can see, most of the front end of our ship. Our ship is designed right now to fire all of its guns going in a straight form, shooting straight on. So placing one right here and one right here, we will then be able to protect the front of our ship completely. But you'll notice as we place that, we do need more crew and more power to make our ship workable. Right now, we're spending $10,000. If we go ahead and get a crew quarters here, we can go ahead and put it at the bottom. That'll satisfy our crew requirements. So it will be 16,000 right now. We have 35,000 to spend. You'll notice we also need more power. So we go over here. We can go ahead and actually get another reactor, and that will give us more power, as I've just placed. Now, we're not going to be doing too horrible for what we have. Our weapon layout is still good, but you'll notice that our guns are actually blocked. Now I'm not quite sure yet how this works, but we can go ahead and move things around. So see, I'm going to move these guns in the front up against this. So then this will function like so. Now you notice the engine is actually going to be a bit of a problem for us. So we're going to move our shields forward like this. We're going to get rid of some hallway. You have to destroy hallway in a very particular order. And we're going to save a little bit of money. So now we have a setup so that way, well, we have extra cabin space now, so we'll be able to make our FTL jump when we kill off more enemies. But now all our stuff is at the recommended zone. Our guns are moved further forward, so our lasers will get to its target a little bit faster. And once again, I'm going to make it, and then this is how our ship looks like right now. And I'm going to go ahead and actually hit play, and we're going to go ahead and watch our ship get restaffed and resupplied right now. And as you can see, that's actually making the ship all good to go. So, that is actually, in fact, all the time I'm going to have for this particular episode. Hope you all enjoyed the intro to this game and seeing some combat and kind of just going over the basics of the game. As we progress on in the series, enemies will get harder, there'll be more technologies, and everything will get a whole lot more complicated. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Elwirfy, and I'll see you guys next time.